Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Just done one review and now it is. I'm ready for another one. So I'm doing, this is a re-review of my triple header of beer brewing that I did when it was really hot a couple of months ago now. Near a couple of months ago at least. So I did a beer called Woodfordes Headcracker, and what it is, it's like a barley wine, and what enticed me to it was because it damsons and plums, and it sounded absolutely fantastic, and I thought I'm gonna have to try some of that. Plus it's strong. Now I don't know if you can see on there, but look at the colour now. When it first came out, it was cloudy, and I did a re-review of Evil Dog last night, and in the bottle, lovely, and you know, no cloudiness, similar colour to that, to be fair, you know, that chestnutty colour. And then when I poured it, it was a bit hazy, but the taste was absolutely on the nose. The strength was, oh, you know, certainly there. So I'm going to pour half a pint out of this because, to be honest, it's only about 5 to 2 in the afternoon, and I don't want to be battered all afternoon as you do. So, with any homebrew, on the secondary, if you put it into bottles, obviously you'll know all about sterilisation. Please follow guides. If you're gonna homebrew, make sure that cleanliness is next to godliness. You know, with home brewing, because you're putting that inside your body. You do not want to be on the toilet, or first things first, you don't want a bad brew, because then you've just chucked that money that you spent on the kit down the drain. But not only that, when you come to bottling it, you know, your bottles have got to be clean, they've got to be sterilised, and then rinse that after sterilisation, and then bottled, sealed up nicely, and then what you've got is a bottle that's as good, as clearly as good as any, you know, shop bought bottle. So, oh, that's strong. They ain't had more than half a pint. Not this time of day anyway. So yeah, nice colour to it, not too hazy. Bit of a smaller head, no real head to it. It's not really a problem. Nice colour, like a dark amber colour to it. I've actually got my phone now for this review. I didn't have my phone on the Blonde Ambition review I've just done. At some stage I need to take a loan out to keep doing reviews, because I'm cracking through these reviews at a right pace. Let me just bring up a Woodfordes Headcracker so I can just there you go. So it's Woodfordes Headcracker. Right, that's good. So I bought the kit from Creative Winemaking in Ilkeston. Great little company. I bought online from them, and as long as you spend over a certain amount, I think it was 45 quid, you get free delivery. And that free delivery is key, because you go on eBay and you see the same kits, but they're 27 quid. You go to them, it's 20 quid. So as long as you buy over that 45 quid, you're getting free delivery. So it pays to spend a little bit more to get the free delivery and get the kits at a cheaper price anyway. Because it's no, you're paying, instead of paying, you pay 20 quid for the kit from the likes of Creative Winemaking, but on eBay you're paying 27, so you're paying 7 quid for some idiot to send you a kit. Whereas if you buy 2 kits, and then just to get you over the 45 threshold, I think it's 45, I mean if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But once you get over that threshold, and you can do anything to get over the threshold, you know, there's bits and bobs there. But, you know, then you're getting free delivery, so it works out in your favour. So this is classed as a barley wine. says here, cask regular, also available bottle conditioned, which is basically what that is. Ingredients: Maris Otter, caramel, Goldings hops. So let me have a taste. Let me get it on my taste buds. I do like this. I do like the stronger beers. I don't know if it's just the fact that I'm an absolute what's the word? It rhymes with this and there's head. But we had. I don't know if it's just that or just I've just got a love of beers too much. But it's got a little hazy now. But like I've already said, you know, homebrew beers tend to do that. You can get the taste of damson and a bit of plum, and boy is it strong. So clear amber with a white head. Obviously that's off a cask. I'm not a commercial brewer, so I can't brew to there, you know. Aroma is sweet, malt, caramel, fruity and light, hoppy. Flavour is quite sweet and moderate bitter. Right, so this is a 3.7 review, 3 years ago. I can still see the 3. Just cloudy dark, orange golden colour with a fine thick white head. Okay lacing. Yeah, I didn't say it about the lacing, did I? Not much lacing on that, to be fair. Aroma, malty, some spices, mild citric and fruit palate, medium body. Slight sweet and an okay bitterness. Average to soft carbonation. Taste, fruity, some spices, citric and banana. Overall impression, tasty and fine sipper. What I did like about it is it's a nice barley wine without being too strong. My dad, I remember him when I was a kid drinking barley wine, and he obviously liked his strong beers. I think he likes every beer, to be fair. Probably where I get it from, but it is, you know, a lovely strong beer. Perfectly, you know, if you could get this in a bottle in a shop, wow, I'd love to try it. I'd love to, you know, compare between the two. As a home brewer, I'm very happy with how it's turned out. Yeah, it looks a little flat on there. Not much of a head, to be fair. Maybe I ought to have upped the sugar dosage on the secondary fermentation a little bit higher to get more bubbles. So there's no worries about it. On, you know, I'm 100% happy with my purchase and happy with my with the brewing. Any little things like not being a good head and carbonation, one could be down to the glass, and two could be down to the fact that I just didn't put enough sugar in for that secondary carbonation, fermentation rather. So not a worry. Taste is what counts. And very nice. 7% is what it says. I think it's higher than 7%. It certainly tastes higher than that. I haven't measured it, so I can't be sure. But yeah, really palatable. Really nice drink. Could you drink more than a couple of these in the pub? You'd be on your back. I mean, last night, I did a review last night of Evil Dog. And then before I went to bed, I had I finished the bottle off, a couple of pints. And I slept like a baby, you know, it really helped. And for somebody who suffers with anxiety and stress, sleep can be a real issue, because I can't get my brain to just shut off, you know, always thinking, even when I'm at work, always thinking, you know, thinking ahead of things. And whether that's just, you know, it's a sadness with mental health issues that, you know, you're overthinking, and whereas I don't try not to let things bother me, but you know, the slightest little thing somebody says to me that I find, hold on a minute, you know, are they being funny with me or something? And I'm not confrontational to them, but then I worry that, you know, or you know, about the issues there. and sometimes you can think too much. But it gives you an understanding of why people with mental health issues, you know, struggle. And so in some ways, drinking real ales, I mean, tablets are okay, but I've took tablets, and they put me in it when I was at the Arboretum. They sent me into a shell, and the shell was the first time I took them, and I was like, I don't know what my wife and kids thought at the time, because I was so withdrawn from reality, and you know, not a good place. But so now the odd drink, as long as I'm not absolutely steaming every night, you know, which is not a good place to be anyway, not good for your liver and that. But as long as it helps you sleep, you know, I can only see it as a good thing. You know, tablets, drugs, you know, versus prescribed drugs versus drink, you know, there's a balance. You know, I mean, I know what the people say, oh, you shouldn't drink too much per week, but like in anything, as long as you're not overly excessive. I mean, I've known people who can drink 15-16 pints a night, and God knows how they can, because I'd be on the toilet all night long. But you know, that's by the by. But anyway, back to the review. Yeah, really happy with Woodfordes Headcracker. Woodfordes, anybody who goes shopping in Wilko's, them that don't like buying online, because lots of people who do not trust online stores, but you know, these days you should be able to trust any online store, or at least most. I mean, I trust Creative Winemaking, Ballyhoo, I trust them. I trust Homebrew, with a little squiggle, online.com, and some eBay sellers I do trust. You know, if I'm looking for a particular brand I can't get elsewhere. But if I'm buying, really, when I buy, I want to buy 2 kits at a time, so that I get past their postage and packaging. And so for me, and especially if it's nearby, it's not so bad, because then I know that if I need to complain, you know, I ain't got far to go. But luckily I've not had to complain at all, so that's always a good thing. So yeah, really nice. And I'm not just saying that because I've brewed it, because if it was rancid, I'd tell you. I brewed some blueberry wine from juice, and it did not turn out good. I did read the reviews beforehand, and it said something about carbonation. Fermentation's a bit of an issue, and it fermented for long enough, but obviously something didn't go quite right, and it's come out with a sugary taste to it. Not the most palatable taste. But then I also did an elderflower champagne that tastes like sherry, and I've heard that that's like a slight issue. But you know, if you like sherry, you know, it's great, I suppose, and it's as strong as they come. I've gave it to one of my beer tasters. If he's watching, Gary, you'll have them. You've got 4 bottles today, so I expect some interesting comments over the weekend when he starts drinking them. So from purely a beer point of view, this is a lovely, strong, very strong beer. I mean, you're looking at 7% and upwards, because Homebrew is not regulated by what they do in the brewery. You can see fluctuations up and down. This to me is well up on that 7%, and the taste, you know, it's absolutely spot on. I could drink pint after pint of that. I daren't, because it's the wrong time of day, and the wife will give me a bollocking. But yeah, really nice, really worth a punt. You know, I don't want to spend 20 quid on a wine kit that turns out nasty, you know. So if it's a good kit, I'll sing its praises. If it's not a good kit, I won't sing its praises. Luckily, I've not had too many bad kits. One bad kit I did have, and it's a particular brand, Cooper's, and every time their ginger beer, I don't know what's up with their yeast, but every single time their yeast, I put their yeast in, because it's crap. I put another yeast in, another beer yeast, it's perfect. So they've obviously got an issue with their yeast, because I've never had an issue with any other yeasts not working. and I did one of theirs, and it just turned to a sloppy mess. And I put another yeast in, and I managed to get a good brew out of it eventually. But yeah, something very wrong with their yeast. But most other kits, and Wilko's kit's nice and cheap and pretty decent as well. And if you're looking for kits, Simply, I don't think you can. I don't think there's any shops that actually sell them, you know, offline, but online, Simply, and they do a fantastic ginger beer, and their kits, I can honestly say, I can't remember who makes them. It's probably Richie's, if anybody, but their kits, all of them, spot on. You know, for a cheap kit, they're absolutely spot on, which is what you want. You know, if you're brewing, if you want to go to the complexities of doing grain brewing and all that, then, you know, you can spend the money. But if you want a cheap and cheerful kit that tastes half decent, then they're a good kit. And then, like with wines, you start going up the ladder a bit. I mean, I like some of the £40 kits that I've bought, like your Barolas. They call it Nebbiolo as well. And there's some good kits there. But, you know, what you don't do is buy a £40 kit and it turn out crap. But it happens. So, before this review gets ridiculously long, out of 5, the beer, it's got to be a good 4.6 out of 5. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I could get steaming on this and do a mega review. But I'd get banned off YouTube, so it's not a good thing. Right, anyway. Alright, I'm going to lie down on the settee now before the wife comes in. Thanks for watching. See you soon.